talk about recession. That's how many people are hearing recession in the news today? I mean, every other word is recession. Well, I looked at the data. I'm a data junkie, and the data tells me that through all the recessions, the market's been about flat. Zero. So should we be concerned about recessions? Well, in the credit crisis of '08, the market was down 37. That wasn't good. That was bad, but that was a collapse of the banking system. So should we be fearful of recessions? You know, what's interesting, the job numbers just came out. As you guys may know, strongest in 53 years. Strongest. Biden brought that up at the State of the Union yesterday. Full unemployment, I think 2-3%. That's insane. How do you have a recession when everybody's employed? I don't know. Inflation, Jeff? Yes, we could talk. And is inflation going to go higher? So there are compelling reasons to buy the market, but of course, as Warren said, the markets will do opposite what you think it's going to do. And I've been doing this a long time, and I'll tell you, it always does that. So, we could talk about Ukraine. I was driving in today, and what am I listening to? Britain has decided to give fighter jets to Ukraine. Well, that's kind of scary, because what, are they going to start going into Moscow? And next thing you know, World War III happens? All global conflicts start regionally. That's what we know. And that's scary. But then I guess nuclear weapons have been around for a long time. We could have been scared during the 50s or 60s.
Sure.
Right? Rich, in the 30s, were you concerned about that?
I was like 8 years old, and red tip missiles flying in the air.
Not a good dream.
While I was walking home from grade school.
Okay.
To feel it in the psyche.
All right. So anyway, that could take the market down 20% overnight. If Russia decides to use a tactical nuclear weapon on Kiev, market is down 20. Wouldn't you agree, Pat? I mean, boom, just. Of course, Taiwan's a flashpoint. Taiwan is a they build the best microchips. My phone, your phones. All the high-tech stuff is all chips from Taiwan. And of course, China just opened. What's that going to do to oil prices as they demand that oil coming through? Is that going to really kick up inflation? You've got Jay Powell and Christine Lagarde. She is the head of the ECB, or the Federal Reserve for Europe. And of course, we know who Jay Powell is. He decides interest rates in the U.S. That's what he does. And he came out and said, we're going to start slowing down. We're going to keep interest rates high for longer. Christine Lagarde's like, no, I think inflation's a real problem, and I think we're probably going to keep raising rates. Well, let's kind of break down inflation. Because what we've seen with inflation has come off its peak. Mostly, though, because of oil, and mostly because of used cars and new cars. But guess what? I'm driving in today, and what does they say? New car sales have ticked up. Market's down 1% last time I looked. So I don't know if that's that data point, but we could see that we're getting a little bit drop in food and home prices. But I've been talking to my realtor friends, and they're saying that real estate in Denver has not really dropped. It's softened. And real estate doesn't tend to go down in higher interest rate environments. Historically, I'll get into that in a sec, we see that other areas of inflation have not dropped at all. Shelter. Anybody renting? Well, most of you people own, but your kids, your grandkids, apartments in Denver are obscene. Obscene. I could live in Manhattan for what you have to in the old days. Restaurants, hotels. I still can't get a reservation at a good restaurant in this town unless what? Marlin, a week ahead maybe? Your favorite restaurant? They're still kicking it. I'm talking to these people. So I don't know. Sticky inflation, I don't see it coming down.